Imagine waking up in your hotel room only to find the world outside has vanished. This is the true story of Agnieszka, a Polish traveler whose solo trek through Central Asia became a legend whispered among backpackers, a story that seems to defy imagination. Agnieszka arrived in the small Uzbek town of Nukus late one afternoon. The desert air felt thick, the sky bruised with an oncoming storm. She checked into the only open hotel she could find, crumbling, Soviet era, but it would do for a night or two. That evening, she walked the empty streets, noticing how eerily silent the town had become. The bazaar was shuttered. Stray dogs lingered in alleys, but not a soul in sight. She chalked it up to the weather or local customs and went to sleep. The next morning, she pulled on her boots and walked outside. But the hotel lobby was empty. No receptionist, no cleaners, not a single guest. Outside, Nukus was a ghost town. Cars sat abandoned at odd angles, doors hung open. The wind howled through deserted streets, blowing dust and scraps of newspaper past her feet. Heart-pounding, she explored further. There was no power in the cafes, no merchants in the shops. Even the local police station was locked shut. It was as if the entire population had vanished overnight. Agnieszka began to panic. Maybe there'd been an emergency evacuation, but she'd heard nothing. She checked her phone, no signal. The hotel's landline was dead. She forced herself to think rationally. At midday, desperate for answers, she climbed to the roof of the hotel. From there, she saw movement. A small cluster of people standing by the train station, suitcases at their feet. She grabbed her bag and hurried over. The people, mostly older adults, eyed her warily. Through gestures and broken Russian, she learned the improbable truth. That night, word had spread. A chemical spill at a local plant meant authorities ordered everyone to the edge of town for evacuation. Emergency announcements had gone out on local radio, but Agnieszka, not speaking Uzbek, had left her set unplugged. She'd missed it all. For nearly 24 hours, she'd wandered a world, emptied by disaster, believing herself to be the last person in Nukus, maybe the last person anywhere. Finally, she joined the crowd. Eventually, the all-clear was given. Life slowly returned to the haunted town. Agnieszka's story traveled far, growing with each retelling. A tale of isolation, survival, and the uneasy feeling of being the last person in a world suddenly abandoned. Sometimes the most incredible stories are those that really happened. True stories just beyond imagination.